What post-launch activities are critical for your long-term success? Fresh Store Builder owner Carey Baird tells us the key components for a successful launch in this exclusive interview. Take a look.
So I have one question before we start, and that's what face is that?
This is my post-launch, tired, trying to catch up with everything, but very happy and very satisfied face.
So we know that in the launch process, you kind of have this big build, big build, big build, and then you have this rollout. And
Yep.
then what happens after that?
So after the rollout and after everything, well, the dust settles, there's a lot more work to do, obviously. Me personally, we do post-launch webinars, but we're also looking after the customers and we're making sure the affiliates are still happy with everything. And even after that, I'm going to be looking at stats from the launch and looking at ways to improve for the next launch. So we'll be looking at all kinds of things like repeat customers, conversions, EPCs, everything from different angles and getting a good feel for how the launch went.
So much more goes into a launch than just this build and release. It's kind of this continual process, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for people who are kind of watching from the outside, you see like a 5, 3, 7 day launch and think, wow, that's great. All these sales and everything that's going on. It's amazing for such a short period of time. But there's a big lead up to that, 2 to 3 months in my case, and there's a big close down as well. You know, like a couple of months of making sure everybody's happy and making sure everything's still running well. So it's a long thing, really, rather than just the 5, 7 days that you see.
Good. It's good for people to see that and kind of understand what goes into it, especially newcomers into the marketplace.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed reading about how you went from a cocky young developer to a top marketer. I read about it on your sales page for Fresh Store Builder version 7.
Yeah.
And love how real you are there. Is there
Mm.
any tips that you can give? Because I know you mentioned on there you got a pink slip and then you kind of left. And do you want to tell us just quickly about that and what decided to launch you into internet marketing?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I was flying quite high because I came straight out of college and was poached. I've always been a developer. I've always been a coder. So, I'd taken one job and then I got poached again to another company. But within 10 months, they made me redundant. And I'd always kind of had in the back of my mind, maybe I could do something by myself, but I'd never taken action or done anything about it. And I was forced into that situation. I could have gone out and found another job, but I decided just to go down that route and get into something else because I was very focused on not money, but time, and I enjoy my hobbies, I enjoy my life. So I was looking at a way to make more out of my time, and internet marketing was kind of what I looked at, and specifically Amazon and being an Amazon affiliate. So that was the route that I took, and I was doing it just for myself at the start, and then obviously I opened up the software to other people, and that's what got me to where I am today.
That's awesome. So I understand you're over 300,000 dollars in sales, right?
Yeah.
Is it? Are you like to 350 or kind of?
We've set. It looks like we're settling around 325 as the extra bits and pieces come in, and we work everything out in sales. So it's been the best launch that I've done to date. It's been amazing. The previous record was 270. So absolutely brilliant. And couldn't ask for more, really. Super busy, but super happy.
Congratulations. We're so happy for you. So how does somebody pull off a launch like that? Just a couple of tips, a couple of tricks that you can give. What are the key components to a successful launch?
Yeah, well, everybody's strategy is slightly different in terms of how they're doing business and what they want to commit to with time. So I'll just talk about like how I do it and how it works for me. Specifically, this brand has been going since 2010, the Fresh Store Builder brand. So I relaunch new versions, and that's how I do it. And also on top of that, there's a massive consistency with the affiliates. So your affiliates are a massive part of the launch. Obviously, without them, there's no traffic, there's no sales coming from anywhere. So for the affiliates to know that every time I launch a new version of Fresh Store Builder, it's going to be good, that is massive. They trust it. They're waiting for it. Twice a year, they're like, okay, we've got a big launch coming up. And getting that consistency is great. But sometimes I see in the marketplace that there's people that I trust to create great products, but they're partnering with different people all the time, and that's a little lack of consistency. You might lose a bit of the trust from affiliates in that way. If you can get a common brand all the way through your launches, or the same product, or find some kind of consistency so that the affiliates are, without a doubt, will promote you because they know it's going to be a good launch. I think that's the way I look at it. And like I say, people do things differently, but that's one of the key things that I look at.
Brilliant advice. I've talked to some people about support. What do you have to say about support for your product?
Yeah, it's absolutely crucial, especially if you take that approach that I do with either one product or one consistent brand all the way through. You know, we see the same customers coming back for different reasons, and the first impression is crucial. So if they have a bad experience with support, that soon grows, and your affiliates care about that as well. They're not just in it for the money. They want to know that their their subscribers are being sent to a good place and being looked after properly. So support is crucial. Get the right people, train them up properly. And if you are doing the same thing as I do with the same product and a consistent brand, you can build a team of support people who know about your product. You don't have to keep training them about it. They grow with you. They grow their knowledge with you. So very, very important support.
Yeah, very smart way of doing business. Love to see your website. Love to see how you're doing.
Yeah.
It's great to talk to you again. Let's see. I just wanted to find out from you what's next for you. What's coming up?
I'm just going to hide in a hole for a couple of months and
The rest.
no, I'm gonna take a break for a couple of weeks and get offline. I've got a team to manage things and make sure everything's good first, and then I'm going to be looking at subscription model with Fresh Store Builder for outside of the launch periods. I've got some ideas there. Expanding the hosting side, we offer website hosting, things like that too, and shoring up the foundations of the business as well. So there's quite a few things that I really want to nail down. Just things like the forum and improving the help desk experience and live chat and all kinds of different bits and pieces that you kind of can put to one side when the launch is going on, but are really important in the long run. So for those of you doing launches out there or getting into the launch space and trying to launch your own product, it is a long game, and you only see that short window of time when the launch is going on, but it is a long game. You're building a product for a long time, you're building a reputation for a long time, so make sure you're making those decisions that will follow you into the future. So if you're taking any shortcuts now in terms of doing a launch to make a quick buck, into the future that it will come back, especially if you have ambitions to stay in this space and stay in the internet marketing space. So hope that helps anybody, and I'm sure that your audience is, some of them people are more experienced on launches, some of them maybe are coming in and thinking that I'd like to do that kind of thing. So but that works for both types of people. Look at the long term. Business is long term. It doesn't matter if you're doing short launches. Look at ways to solidify that for future and keep the business going well into the future. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Carey. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
You're very welcome. Great to talk to you too. Thank you.
There you have it, folks, straight from Carey Baird. It's a long-term game. To stay updated on all the latest in internet marketing, subscribe to our daily updates at immarketnews.com. It's fast, it's easy, and it's free. For your IM Market News, I'm Kimberly DeVries.